My goodness. Just when I thought Jacinda Ardern's New Zealand could not get any more authoritarian or corrupt, I get my hands on the most shocking internal communication between New Zealand immigration heavyweights. Please, watch this all the way through. Then check out the complete documents in the associated article at avilegalfund.com and share the heck out of it. On August 22, I was sensationally refused entry into New Zealand to report on an anti-government protest happening in the capital later that week. At the time, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern claimed to have nothing to do with the decision to ban me from the country.
I understand that it is solely for immigration, and it's not something I had any awareness of until I saw some commentary online.
New Zealand immigration was quick to blame a criminal conviction that clearly didn't reach the legal threshold to refuse entry, but that didn't stop the mainstream media from running with that lie. It was later revealed in a leaked Interpol communication that New Zealand police requested from New Zealand immigration to ban Rukshan and me from coming to report on the events that day. But thanks to your generosity at avilegalfund.com, I was able to hire a barrister to guide us through the legal process and then an immigration specialist to do the associated paperwork and liaising to have the politically motivated decision overturned. We're still in the middle of that process and I'll keep you posted on it. We will win it. So far it's cost us thousands of dollars and we're still only potentially early into this battle, but we're waiting for their final decision, which we need to be able to file anything in court. So if you're willing and you're able, please consider chipping in to help ensure that I can take this as far as needed to get me there. But as part of our multi-angle approach, an FOI was filed for any and all communications Immigration New Zealand and the Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment had with any external agency regarding my planned arrival into New Zealand. Now, while we've received a heavily redacted response for now, some of what they've been forced to provide is even more shocking than we initially thought, even more shocking than the Interpol leak. I'm going to highlight what I think is essential, but you can check out again the entire document in the latest article posted at avilegalfund.com. The most concerning email revealed in this release reads, Immigration Service New Zealand have also been advised and have been briefed to speak to both individuals should they travel to New Zealand and assess their intentions of travel, with a view to having them turned at the border. As indicated that this is the intention, but an assessment is required by border staff at the time. No information has been received yet to confirm that the subjects have in fact made bookings to travel to New Zealand. So, in a nutshell, they didn't even know if we were coming, but their intention was to ban us, reminding Border Control that they had to go through the motions and pretend to assess our intentions of traveling. But here's their reason as to why they intended to ban us even before knowing we were coming. Spoiler alert, it has nothing to do with a criminal conviction. The propensity for both individuals, Rukshan and I, to incite and agitate people with opposing views. Do you fathom what that means? A so-called democracy is secretly plotting to ban journalists from entering a country because they have opposing views. That should worry everyone. If you're sitting there now and celebrating because you hate my politics, just wait. It looks like there's a conservative government that's going to knock Jacinda Ardern. And how will you handle it when this precedence is applied to your left-wing pundits? Once they managed to ban a journalist who they claim was potentially going to incite and agitate people with opposing views, they celebrated. And speaking of opposing views, one Sareem Mohammed, who I suspect holds very opposing views to mine in relation to Israel, was reporting back to her superiors in real time as they were refusing my entry, letting them know I'm unhappy. And she got congratulated for that. And remember how Immigration New Zealand told the media the onus was on me to prove that my conviction didn't reach the threshold to refuse an Australian entry, which By the way, if you don't know, the conviction has to carry a 12-month in prison in the last 10 years. Well, they know my conviction was so minor it carried a $1,600 fine, nowhere near the threshold. It was a perfect excuse that they were confident the media would lap up, which they did, and still have not set the record straight or bothered to hold the conspirators to account. Again, you can read the entire heavily redacted correspondence yourself. Don't take my word for it. And if you're not happy with a Western democracy banning journalists for opposing views to the woke far left-wing government, then please share this far and wide and help me fight back by contributing to my legal fund at avilegalfund.com. I'm willing to take Jacinda Ardern's tyrannical government all the way, but I need your help. If you think this report is essential, make sure to like, comment, but most importantly, share it far and wide, because we know the mainstream media will continue to ignore the shocking attacks on democracy. And if you want to help us get the rest of that communication to start with unredacted and want to see me get into New Zealand, no matter what it takes, please give what you can to my legal fund at avilegalfund.com. I cannot possibly do this without your continued generosity. avilegalfund.com. I'll keep you posted.